Hi everybody, this is Glenn from Glenn Reptiles. I wanted to show you my San Diego Gopher collection today. I think most of them are out of shed. As I tried to pick out different animals to share today, so many of them are in shed this time of year as they're getting ready to breed. But just out of brumation, they've eaten a couple of times. A few of them have shed since brumation, but most of them are about to shed soon. So their colors may be a little duller than normal, but I want to share with you my San Diego Gopher collection. This is my little girl named Sweetness, and she is a Clumpers / Dyers albino, and her yellow on her is just so bright neon yellow. She's a great animal. I can see by her eyes that she actually is going to shed in a bit. So her colors are normally, amazingly, even brighter than this. So this is adult female San Diego Gopher. She holds a Clumpers Dyers gene. Albino. She's produced a lot of really nice babies for me. I'll show you another adult female girl. This is one I produced. Actually, both of these I produced, but this one is a striped Clumpers. Same genetics as the other one, but a striped version. And she's a pretty big girl for a San Diego Gopher. It's about as big as they get, not too much to handle, but you can see she's really a beautiful animal. And then I'll show you one I held back a couple years ago. She was born very, very small, and she was given the name Tiny. And it's probably hard to tell, but in person you could see the differences in their body shapes. Tiny was born really small, but she, and fat, like a little sausage. And she ate great. And so I held on to her. I was not sure what was going on with her. But she's maintained that odd, short, fat, stocky look, almost dwarfish. And so the other interesting thing about Tiny is her stripes run all the way down her back. Most San Diego Gopher stripes kind of end in the top third to half of their body and then kind of blend in. But she has stripes that run all the way down. So I'm interested to see what kind of babies she produces. I think she's going to produce babies this year. This will be the first year of breeding her. But she also is a very beautiful, colorful animal. Striped Clumpers albino also. Then let me show you a female that I held on to that is my only anery San Diego Gopher. I had to actually hold on to a normal that I bred to a Clumpers and a Snow, so I could produce an anery. I didn't have everything I produced was either an albino or a Snow, and so I had to hold on to, well, that doesn't make sense. Wait a minute, what did I do? I did something where I had to hold on to a normal so I could produce this. I think I bred a Snow to a normal, held on to a normal baby. That's what I did, so I could get this. So it was a few generations in the process, and I got this girl, and she's super cool. Her name's Checkers. Maybe you can figure out why. But beautiful San Diego Gopher snake. She may breed this year or maybe not. This is one of my original females that I got from Jason Nelson. She is normal colored, but she is het for Clumpers albino, and She's a beautiful stripe San Diego. Her name is Rhonda. My original set of San Diego Gophers were named after characters from Anchorman, the movie Anchorman, because it was set in San Diego. So that was super creative of me. Let's see. And I also have, oh, here's another original. Veronica. If you remember, Veronica was one of the main characters from Anchorman. And she definitely has more of the dyer's look to her instead of clumpers, which is the lighter color, T positive. You see more of a green on her neck instead of more of the darker purple. So, and then I want to show you a few of my males. Here's a nice, strongly dark striped male clumpers, albino striped clumpers. The males have a tendency to keep their dark stripes more than females in my experience, although I did show you the one female that kept it pretty dark that I produced, and this guy obviously is a pretty amazing looking animal. As you can see, San Diego Gophers, if you handle them even a little bit, tend to be incredibly mellow, good pets. They don't get all that large. These are all full grown. Everything I've shown you so far is full grown adults. So very manageable for the average person. They do have a very good feeding response. And so if you've got food in the room and you're going to feed them, you do want to watch your fingers because they want to bite at whatever's coming at them. But as you can see, if they're not feeding, they're obviously incredibly mellow. Let me show you my very first zombie. I get a lot of questions about the zombies, and I've written some stuff up on my Facebook page. If you go and look at the photo album of San Diego Gophers, there's a picture of different snow San Diego Gophers, and I explain in there what the story behind the zombie is. But basically, these guys, when they are born, there he goes, he's showing off. You can see he's actually in shed, which is normally he's not hissy, but because he's in shed, he's not liking it. But these guys, when born, are almost a purple hue and look dead-ish. And so this guy, I thought he was dead when I first opened the incubator box, and he wasn't. And I was like, wow, he's like a zombie, and the name kind of stuck. So I'll share with you in just a minute kind of my thinking behind what makes a San Diego Gopher snake a zombie as opposed to just a normal snow, trade name Envy Snow, which is for clumpers and dyers. They bred with an anery gene, make a T positive albino snow, and that's trade name Envy Snow. Jason Nelson's Envy Reptiles. Jason was the one who produced those. And they are awesome snakes. And so when Jason sells them, all of them are Envy Snows. I have Envy Snows that have a unique trait in my eye, and that's the zombie trait. So some Envy Snows look like the zombies and some don't. In just a moment, I'll share with you what I'm trying to figure out what might be the difference genetically. Let me show you one other snow. And too bad my two best zombies are both in shed. But this is my striped zombie snow. Normally he has a whiter head, very bright white skull looking head, which is a pretty cool feature. As these guys mature, they get that white head. They go from the purple to more of a bone white. And again, you can see that the point I made where many San Diego gophers, or most San Diego gopher snakes that are striped, lose those stripes about a third of the way into their body, and it goes to sort of a patternless tail. So this is my striped zombie. He is breeding this year, so excited to see what all we produce with him. And then I'll share with you some of my holdbacks from I think 2 years ago. So those are all my adults, and so I've got a few holdbacks from 2 years ago. One is just a clumper striped female, and if you get a look at this, you can see that she's definitely more Dyers. She's got more of a green instead of the dark purple there. But if you look at her eyes, they've definitely got that gray look as opposed to like the pink red of a normal albino. They're very gray. And so this is a striped female that I hope when bred with that other T-positive striped zombie will produce a bunch of striped zombies, but we'll see. We'll see how she does. And then a couple of years ago, I stumbled into this one baby that is somewhat unique, and you should be able to notice even through film how different he looks. He is a bright orange, and he just gets brighter and brighter. And so I'm hoping to be able to reproduce this bright orange color in some animals. So I'm breeding him with some of my brighter orange females, but nothing like him. So his name's Peeler because he looks like an orange peel. So hopefully I can reproduce this kind of orange in some other animals. I think they'll be very popular. Pretty cool animal. That's a male. And so then I want to show you part of what I think is going on with that, what I call the zombie strain. So here is an albino that's not a snow, but you see how much this girl is dark in her stripes, but her head is still almost white in and of it before it even becomes a snow. And so I think whatever's going on with this girl, very light colored yellow, when bred to, made into an envy snow, if you will, has the look that I have been calling a zombie snow. So this is a, for lack of a better term, a het zombie snow. That's a little loose on that terminology, but you get the idea. Maybe, if you understand genetics. So here's a pretty girl. Again, just a T-positive albino, Klumper's albino stripe. And but you can see that she has many of the traits, that head discoloration, or light colored head, that ends up being a trait of those zombies. And then lastly, I want to share with you a zombie female that I initially thought that you couldn't make a zombie female. Every zombie I produced for the first 3 years were males. And again, I produced envy snows or T-positive snows, clumper snow females, but none of them that had that unique zombie looking trait. And then 2 years ago, I produced this girl who clearly had the zombie traits, and you can see that. She might be my best looking zombie. I love this coloring down her body. It's just the green spots. And so again, this is comparable to an envy snow, and if Jason was selling this snake, he would just call it an envy snow, but it looks so much better, in my opinion, than many of the other envy snows that, you know, snakes come out looking different. But I think there's something else going on with these guys to give them that bone white head than just the normal snows. So just by way of comparison, I'll show you. Although this one is striped, it's striped instead of normal, but I think you can get the idea that, show them, that the zombie has something else going on besides just the snow and the T-positive albino. I may be wrong about that. It may just be, you know, some of them come out that way. And it's not reproducible, it's just random. But I'm hoping to find that out in the next few years as I breed some of these. But regardless, they are beautiful animals, and I strongly encourage those of you interested in gopher snakes. These are some of the best. They've got a lot of interesting morphs. As you can see, they're mellow, they're easy captives, they're great feeders. They're a lot of fun to work with. So something you may want to consider in the future. And I think that's all the gophers I have in my collection right now. And so hopefully you've enjoyed a little bit of a journey through the San Diego Gopher tour. And we'll catch you next time. Have a great day.